So, letting go is one of the hardest parts about going through changes and transition. A lot of times, when we think about the adventures that life holds and our desire to see other parts of the world, there is another side to that. And it means that we have to leave behind the things that we've gotten used to. Many people hear that saying, everything that you want is right outside your comfort zone. But it's not until life presents an opportunity for you to make a big change that you really understand what that actually means. Hi, my name is Kalima Fergus Ayele. I'm an international school leader and CEO and founder of Round Trip Ticket Home. At Round Trip Ticket Home, we support schools and school leadership teams in using design thinking tools to build cultures of connection and belonging. And one of the things that I like about design thinking is that it's a human-centered approach to problem solving. So it allows for us to leverage our empathy and really understanding the needs of those that we want to serve. And then it means we can hold a vision collectively for what we want to achieve and then prototype and test solutions to our problem. At Round Trip Ticket Home, we acknowledge that this journey that we're all on is really just a series of adventures, an opportunity for us to go out into the world, to learn more about ourselves, and really to come back to who we truly are. And this could happen in a myriad of ways. And for me, one of those ways is through travel, allowing myself to experience different ways of being in the world, be immersed in some other cultures and languages, and experience food and music. And sometimes it just means being out in nature like I am now. And there's a remarkable quality there of just being able to say, what is it that I need to release so that I can make room for something else to come into my life? And when I'm moving to a different country, sometimes it's really tangible because there's actually a lot of things that are material that we just won't be able to carry with us into that new experience. And so there is some grief associated with that process. And I don't think that grieving process really ever ends. We learn a lot more about who we are through our grief. And I know for me, it's been an ongoing process of recognizing that there are certain things that maybe I thought they would be a part of my experience much longer. Especially when it comes to people and relationships, it can be very hard. And sometimes we use phrases such as a season, a reason, or a lifetime where we're not quite sure how the connections that we make will carry over into the future. I just wanted to take a moment to acknowledge that the grieving process can be very difficult. I don't know what your practice is, but I would love to hear how you go about allowing yourself to let go of what no longer serves. And sometimes there's no real answer to that question, but just being patient with the process. For me, it's sometimes even meaning to let go of certain activities that have been a part of my joy in this moment. I mean, there's certain things that I love doing. I love going down to the West Village one Friday every month and dancing to 90s R&B and hip hop. And I recognize that if I no longer live in New York City, I won't be able to engage in those activities. Another thing I'm thinking about is the fact that over the past recent years, I've gone back to playing the piano pretty regularly. And so that's become one of my rituals, a way that I can focus my mind on something and allow myself to learn and grow as I build my repertoire with new songs. And moving to another country means that I might not be able to access that for some time. I don't know how many other Marie Kondo fans there are out there, but I do think that her process of showing or expressing gratitude for the things that we have in our life before we let go of them is a powerful way to honor this process. That doesn't just apply to material objects. I think it can also apply to relationships and activities and thinking about the ways in which, for me personally, something like swimming or the gym that I frequented in was just such an important part of my lifestyle, and it's okay to just acknowledge that part has ended, and so just letting that go. I'm offering this if that's something that you find is is a challenge for you in terms of transitioning into a new chapter of life. For me, that process is something that I have to just have compassion for myself and patience for myself throughout, because it is unpredictable, and I don't think it's clear to anyone how we're going to deal with the loss of moving and letting go of different things in our life as we move into a new chapter. So yes, please share your own process below. I mean, this is something that we go through both individually and collectively. And so if you have tips or ideas, if you have more questions, please put them in the comments. And thank you for joining me in this conversation, and look forward to many more in the future. Bye for now.